Copenhaver's Hermetica, Chapter 14, From Hermes Trismegistus to Asclepius, Health of Mind. In your absence, my son Tat wanted to learn the nature of things as a whole, and he would allow me no delay. Because he is my son and a newcomer who but lately gained knowledge of them in each particular, I was forced to hold forth at some length so it would be easy for him to follow the explanation. To you, however, I wanted to write selectively on a few of the most important headings of what I told him, but I have given them a more mystical interpretation, suitable to someone of your greater age and learning in the nature of things. If all visible things have come to be and are coming to be, if those that are begotten come to be by another's agency, not of their own, the begotten are many, or rather they are all visible things, all that are different and not alike. If then things that come to be come by another's agency, there is someone who makes them, and if there is someone is to be older than the begotten, he must be unbegotten. For I maintain that things begotten come to be by the agency of another. It is impossible, however, for anything to be older than all begotten entities, unless it alone is unbegotten. Also, such a one is a stronger, unique, and alone truly wise in everything, since none is older. In quantity, in magnitude, and in being different than what comes to be, such a one comes first, as also in the continuity of his making. Moreover, although things begotten are seen, he is unseen, and this is why he makes in order to be seen. He is always making, so assuredly he is seen. This is the proper way to understand, and having understood, to be astonished, and having been astonished, to count oneself blessed for having recognized the Father. What is dearer than a true Father? Who is this Father, and how shall we recognize him? Is it right to dedicate to him alone the name God, or Maker, or Father, or even the three of them? God because of his power, Maker because of his action, Father because of the good? He is power, certainly, since he is different from all things that come to be, and he is actively in the coming to be of all things. Therefore, after we have done with our loquacity and idle chatter, we must understand these two things. What comes to be and who makes it? Between them there is nothing, no third thing. From all that you understand and all that you hear, remember these two and acknowledge that they are everything, reckoning no difficulty about them, because they are above or below or divine or changeable or deep down. For the two are all there is, what comes to be and what makes it, and it is impossible to separate one from the other. No maker can exist without something that comes to be. Each of the two is just what it is, therefore. One is not to be parted from the other, nor from itself. If the maker is nothing other than the making, solitary, simple, uncomposed, then necessarily the making happens of its own, because the making that the maker does is generation, and it is impossible for all coming to be of its own. Coming to be necessarily comes to be of another. Without the maker, the begotten neither comes to be nor is, for the one without the other completely loses its own nature from the deprivation of the other. Thus, if one agrees that there exist two entities, what comes to be and what makes it, they are one in their unification, an antecedent, and a consequent. The antecedent is the God who makes. The consequent is what comes to be, whatever it may be. You need not be on guard against the diversity of things that come to be, fearing to attach something low and inglorious to God. God's glory is one, that he makes all things, and this making is like the body of God. There is nothing evil or shameful about the Maker himself. Such conditions are immediate consequences of generation, like corrosion on bronze or dirt on the body. The bronzesmith did not make the corrosion. The parents did not make the dirt, nor did God make evil. But the persistence of generation makes evil bloom like a sore, which is why God has made change, to repurify generation. Now if it is given to one and the same painter to make heaven, gods, earth, sea, humans, things without reason and things without soul, is it not possible for God to make them? Oh, how foolish it is, ignorance concerning God! The strangest thing of all happens to such foolish people. While claiming to revere God and praise him, they do not know him because they do not attribute to him the making of all things. And besides not knowing them, they profane him greatly by imputing to him conditions of disdain and impotence. If he does not make all things, it must be out of contempt or out of impotence that he does not make them, which is an irreverent notion. For in God there is only one condition, the good. But one who is good is not contemptuous or impotent. This is what God is, the good, all-powerful to make all things. All that is begotten has come to be by God's agency, by the agency of one who is good, in other words, of one able to make all things. If you want to learn how he makes, how things come to be that come to be, it is given to you. Consider this lovely image that is very like him. See a farmer casting seed upon the earth where the wheat, there the barley, elsewhere seed of some other kind. See him planting the vine and the apple and other kinds of trees. In the same way God sows immortality in heaven, change in earth, life and motion in the universe. The things he sows are not many but few and easily numbered. In all there are 4 of them, besides God himself and generation. In them exist the things that are. End of chapter 14.